There are 4 ways we interpret time with respect to a man's lifetime. Let me say this very quickly because I need you to understand my discussion tonight. There are 4 ways we interpret time with respect to our sojourn on earth. Number 1, there is what we call the morning stage of your life. I want you to listen carefully. The morning stage of your life. In my honest description, I describe it as the first 25 years of your life. The morning stage of your life. The next is the afternoon stage of your life. Accounts for the next 25 years of your life, from 26 to 50. The third is the evening stage of your life, from 51 down to 75. The final stage of your life is the night stage. Now, these 4 stages is at work in every man's life right now, whether you are aware of it or not. The morning stage, the first 25 years of your life, and according to God's design, there are things that should happen within that time, and if they do not happen within that frame, time is already against you. Are we together now? That by 25, according to God's design, an individual should have been saved, should have met Jesus. Are we together now? Should have submitted to a teaching priest, understood the ways of God. By 25, there are certain things that should be at work in your life. Most likely supporting a family, most likely rising, your children growing, your job, you should have been done with school most likely. But do you see that for whatever reason, your fault or otherwise, there are many by 25 you don't even know Jesus, and yet the time keeps passing. For someone now, you got to know Jesus at the corridors of the second phase. Your afternoon phase is already over. I'm saying this to you so that you will pray the kinds of prayers we are praying tonight, redeeming the time. Can you imagine a man building a house at 75 years? It's not a testimony. It's not. Are we together now? Or a man completing primary school at 67. No knowledge is a waste, but I can tell you that man will be sleeping in class, and he's right, because at that age he should be sleeping. Is someone learning now? By demonic orchestrations, men in partnership with spirits, or ignorance, some of you have not made a justification of your days, and right now the truth of the matter is that time is against you. Are we together now? Say, for instance, with all due respect, a woman who say got married 15 years ago, how many of you know that if that woman gave birth 9 months after her wedding, her first child should have been at least 14 years now? I'm sure she should be done. Are we together now? But let's assume that that woman, for whatever reason, medical, demonic, now 15, 16 years and there's no child. How many of you know that with respect, something about the equation of our destiny has been altered? This is why you are gathered tonight. That it is true that time for many of us is not as ideal as it should be. There are only few people on earth who have had the equation of their lifetime as accurate as God intended. Those who had the leverage of mentorship, those who were able to drink from the pain of those who went before them. My prayer for you is that what you suffered, may your children not suffer it. No, somebody is not receiving it from the depth of his heart. I'm saying it again, that where you cried, your child should not cry. Where you went through pain, your children should not go through pain. Someone shout, say, it ends with me. One more time, say, it ends with me. Yes sir, poverty ends with me, reproach ends with me, shame ends with me, delay ends with me, in the name of Jesus Christ. Listen, I want you to really pay attention to what I'm teaching. Shout it again, say, it ends with me. Say it again, it ends with me. How about someone who, because you came from a poor family, when your colleagues were going to school, it's not laziness, you could not go. Now that you should be having a PhD, you are still trusting God for JAMB. I'm not insulting you, I'm just telling you the reality of life, that time is not as ideal as it should be. Shout it again, it ends with me. Now listen, let me tell you the truth. There are many children in Africa. By the time you become a man, you have to pay the price for the mistakes of those who went ahead of you before you even start your own life. There are battles you have no business fighting, but because people who went ahead of you were careless, ignorant, and were not serious with God. With all due respect, some of them may have gone to be with the Lord, and as the first son, you step into something you are not even aware of, and you have to borrow 20 years out of your life to solve another man's problem before you now get back to even know what is going on around your life. Someone shout, say, it ends with me. It was not your fault that those who went ahead of you worship masquerades and worship ancestors, and they covenanted your destiny. When they were saying it, they included you without your permission. Then suddenly you arrived, and that curse began to work, and that covenant began to work. Now you are 50, and yet in the spirit is like you are 5 years old. Someone shout, it ends with me.